Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. And today I will show you how to build a relationship in Loopback, and we do build a friendship. That is friendship. So I am going to create a new collection. That's a model. So I will explain something in my text. So I do create a new collection that be friend. And in friend, we do have an array of items. So for example, the first item will be like this. So its ID, it should be a user one ID, user ID one, and user ID two. It should be string, something like that. And we do have a user with an array of user ID 1, user ID 2. So, and that is how is a new model. The same for the next one. So like that. For 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. Okay. So that is how friendship in model friend. So here is a course in Loopback CMS. I have downloaded that into my local, and already open is my development tool. So we have API that's Loopback, and I also install all module package and backend that is for admin control. We build it in with the Angular 2, and also the front end. This is for user. So let me open a terminal and change to my loop CMS work cd loop CMS. Okay, so the first thing we need to open the MongoDB by typing MongoDB. That will be start the MongoDB server. And the next thing we need to change to API and typing npm start to start the API server. Okay, by default, the system will create a default admin user with username admin and password will be admin. And let me open a new tab in my terminal and resize a bit larger. So change to backend. And by typing ng service import 4200. Okay. And we should wait for complete. And one is complete. It's available for a localhost with port 4200. Then final, we need change to front end. And same thing with backend. We do ng service import. So we open the admin import 4200. So we need to open front end in another port. So for example, 4300. Okay, so we can able to open the API. I will open that in Firefox browser, and I will try to log in with admin. Okay, I'm trying login. Okay, and we do need to process user data to log in. Username should be admin with the default account, and we have a password admin. So if you want to see user information, you can type user in include field by Twitter. Okay, so we do have a login, and here is user object. The first name, last name, username, email, and role. You can see this user has role is the administrator, and this is a powerful role, and he can able control everything in almost model. So we have an ID, so that is the access token, and copy that and paste here, set, and that means we now are logged in. So get back to my plan before. So we do need to in a new collection with friend, and friend will be stored objects like that. So open a new tab in my terminal and change to API. Okay, in API in that built-in Loopback framework. So you can read more documentation in Loopback.io and dark. So I'm using the Loopback 3.0, so you can make sure you check correct version of document. Okay, so we do need to create a new model. So in Loopback we do either install. Okay, so Loopback 3.0. So I have installed the Loopback CLI. So simply I can type in my Loopback LB a model. So the model names now should be friend. Okay, should default MongoDB and premises and yes. Okay. The property name now I think we should have the user. Now it should be an array. Should be an array of string. Require that. Okay. Default value. And empty. We just only need for a user for now. So just empty. Okay, so after that, a new file will be generated in command under API command model, and we do have two files, as friend.js and friend.json. The friend.json is a model defined property and a chat controller, something like that, and also we can add more methods. So after the new file is generated, so we do need to restart the API server as well by npm start again. Okay, so get back to and refresh my browser. Okay, so we do have a friend now, and we also get new friends by try friend, something like that. Okay, now it's empty, we don't see anything. So in ports, by default an access controller now is empty, so that means any user can process data and delete data and get the data. So I will do introduce about relation and access controller list later in next video. And now, and here example, I will add a sample. Okay, so I'm going to open my robust Mongo and connect. So we do use a loopback CMS, and we do have a collection user. Now we do have this ID, and I think I copy that. And here is the admin user ID. So admin ID. We note that in text. And now get back to, okay, so open in Google Chrome. So we do have a backend available in ports 4200, and open that in backend. And here is the front end 4300, and here is the front end. So in the front end, so if I log in with admin and admin, okay, so it should be okay. Yes, we are open in same browser. So if in admin login in front end should be logged as well. So we can change avatar for by upload something, download. Okay, so leave sample avatar. Okay, so we can download the CMS, save as CMS. Okay, so open in Google Chrome and upload a new image. Okay, so it's uploaded. Okay, and we can refresh in front end. We can see the avatar here. Okay, now I'm going to add more text 10 user by first name Tom submit tomsme.com and username Tom and password. Okay, it's a sample password. Chris. Okay, we have a Tom. And now add another user. For example, by John and Smith as well. John Smith as well. Something like that. John. Yeah. Something like that. Don't ask me.com. Username should be John and password. Okay, that's my password. So let's check in user, and now we have a 3 account created. That bar. Simply we can view that in user and guess. Correct. So we do have this user ID for admin, and the next one it should be for Tom. So I do note here Tom user ID, and we do have a John as well. John. Okay, that's user ID. Okay, So let me create a new friend. So the ID, for example, now I will connect admin with Tom, and that means admin and Tom will be in friends relation. So the ID it should be okay. ID should be, and Tom it should be like that. And user, the first one is admin, and next one should be Tom. Okay, and save that. Okay, the friend instant ID not Friday. So we do gas back to the Loopback documentation and dark. Okay, 3.0. And we do have a define model and model creating model something. Okay, it should be a model JSON device, and we do need to ID injection. So let me copy ID injection. It should be set to 4. And now I will do restart the API server as well. And now let's try add again. Okay, so it happened again. ID and first ID. First ID will be, let me see, default is true, so we do set it for. And we start again server and mp start. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, so it's done. So now we are able to set ID and user. So that means user admin and user Tom, now they are in friend connection. And so if we get friends, so connect. Okay. So for example, now I do get, how do I query and get for admin friend? For example, now we do have admin, should be user ID here. And now I can query to see who are friends of admin. So simply we do type by query like this. Query, it should be an object, should be where, and an object or and now it should be an array with object, first subject, and user and user should be where user equal like that. We do know the user ID. So okay, I think we do this way. So simply use a loopback document doc and replace 0 working with data. So we check the document in web filter, and I'm going to use a present with where property reaches IP. So user and typing again should be where and search user with reaches IP present with. So I think copy that. For example, I think ID, we could use the ID, and now we are looking for friend of admin, so we copy user admin. We copy that into filter and submit. Okay, so we do have this. And for example, if I change the ID, for example, now to 6, and we don't have any friend in return data. So let's get back to voice. That is admin user ID, and so we have that. Okay. So we get back to Loopback. Get back to Angular application and okay, open in Google Chrome. And so now I'm logged in with admin and with my profile, and we don't have anything here. So I'm going to create a new component by admin and something like friends. And right now it's called by to arrow by not file. So in front end and add LC, and we have a user. Now let's create a new. So I'm changing the directory to front end. Okay, so I'm in front end. So in front end, we do have a user Angular CLI. So I have installed Angular CLI. Okay. So with the Angular CLI command line, we can generate something like ng general new component by in user. So I will generate a new component inside user folder. So I try user and slash with a friend. So okay, so it's friend. Okay, so we do have a friend components. It's general, so you can see here. And now we do need to add a new router. So in app.routing.model. So basically we have a user ID, and let's copy that for real quick. And user ID and friend. Something like that. Component now will be friends component. Okay, it's automatically imports friends component. Okay, so let's see, the app will be recomplete. If it's successfully, we can open that in. Okay, now friend work. It's the browser is automatically refresh. So inside friend component, so we have a template, and now I am going to copy that from another. For example, I copy that and remove from. Now should be a friends list. Should be okay. Now it's just friend. Content for a friend. Let's see it automatically refresh. Content for friend. Okay, so user admin, and here is user ID. Okay, so I think the ID it should be a user ID. Okay, so get back to uploading. So we have the user ID profile component. Let's get back where and user ID. It should be from user ID and file by ID. It should be user ID. Okay, so user ID, and we also need to in app component link the two profile register and okay sign in as and profile my profile. It's your profile. This ID. Okay, so let's see. Go back to home page and refresh. Now it should be automatic. Your profile. Okay, so it should be user ID. And here is admin. And now we do have friends. And here the friend. And we have a user ID. Okay. So let's close all the tab and we get back to friend component. So init and constructor, I'm going to okay, so user private user service user service and private router activate router. Okay, so in on init, so let's user ID it should be g.router dot param dot snapshot dot param dot id. So ID in our router config we have an ID, so it should be ID. So we can able log to console to see user ID user ID. Okay, and see. Open in browser. Okay, so we have a user ID. So now with how we do find to the friend list. So simply we call to friends. And so now we do need to create a new service. A service, so we do create in backend. And sorry, add RC in share in model. So we do create new model simply by friend.model.ts. So I'm going to copy from a example from model, and we press any rename to friend interface. Friends interface and friend interface. In friend we do request any. So for now we don't need the trace. Friend contactor with friend interface. The model now should be friend and user friend interface. I do that for real quick. Friends. Okay, and return new friend data. Okay, friend. So we have public. Okay, so it should be interface. I get back to user. So friend, we have our ID. It should be string. And user should be any arrays. And copy that. Okay, sorry. Publish. Okay. Friend. Name should be friend and friends. Do okay, remove everything. Just keep ID, which name should be ID, and type will be string. And copy that. It should be a user will be an array. Sorry, name should be user and trace right. Okay, so we have friends model is configured correctly, and now we do create a new service. So we do have it in custom. Now I'm going to create a new service by a friend.service.ts. So simply we do create a new copy from user, and yes, model name current, we don't need that, and we remove that. Login, attribute. So I think we copy from another model. Simply should be. And now the model name now to be friend. And press correct change friends. Okay, loopback filter, and we do have a friend service. Remove that. Okay. And something so far so good. Friend ID. ID should be ID should be ID. Okay, so far so good. This should be good. And we also need to provide it in API.modern. And provider in row service and should be friend service. Okay. And one last thing that's in model, a course. Okay. In custom after service after model. Now it should be friend. Okay, it should be friend model. Now it looks good. Clear everything, and we do get back to front end. And so in front component, we simply to private friend service. Okay. So we do import friend service. And now we can do let's filter query equal loopback filter equal. So let me copy that and we can see. Okay, so we do have a where with objects. Now it should be ID and should be an object with triggers express. PHP. Okay, let's copy that and return with a slash user ID. Now we do user ID. Okay, so we this does friend service dot file filter query and separate friend. So we have a friends by will be friend model type array called an empty array. So this dot friends equal friend as friend. Okay. So let's over. I do think to make this and easy to see that address new function for easy to understand. That could be simply to understand. And if we found an error, we log to console log error. Now open that in. Okay. User ID. Friend service. Friend. Now we check in network to see your friends. Okay, so we do have. Oh, I think console.log address a friend, and that will be seen in the console. Okay, so we have friends with user once two. Okay, so now how do we do display the user here? So simply I can copy that from profile HTML. So world file cast, copy that. And now let's see. We have a user ID. Okay. We copy that in friend.html. So ng.model. My friends. And we loop it with a if model.id and ng4 let's model of friends. Attribute and if model.id. Okay, so if id so we return only the ID and the user. So okay, so my idea, so how we include the user data from a user array. So right now we only get an ID. So an ID we only display ID and we don't have such as username, first name, last name, and something like user profile picture. So how we do that? Let's get back to the loopback documentation and we do harvest working with data application location. We use application login, loopback update, login to model, and remote methods, remote hook. So the model.b for remote methods, and we are using the methods now is the file b4 file. So let's copy a sample function in. So get back to API, and we do have a command and model, and let's get back to friend.cs. So simply the model name should be, now it should be friend.before remote methods. For now, I simply we log to console.log ch.methods ch.methods. Okay, manage model context object request most methods. So simply we log to context, log for context, and we see all the updates of context. So now we do need to restore the server as well. And now I'm going to make a request. Okay, next is not. Not before it must. And function cth does next. So we do have a let text methods. Model name. So we log in here with a context object. We do file response. It should be log for context or methods. And methods get. So user.file. Let's try with friend.friend ch.research and try to refresh. Okay, once again we do make a request and see log console. Okay, friend.file. It doesn't work. Refresh again and try. Okay, so that should be for 5 and cth dot next is not function. After remote, we have a log for context. Okay, so we do have a user ID and ID. Okay, so var results equals cth dot results. If results dot and results dot slang, and that's the empty check for user. So we do loop for results dot for function a friendship var user equal friendship dot user. Okay. Okay, I think should not good. It should be like that. For var index equal 0 index less than resource dot lang and index plus plus. Okay. Now is var user equal friendship and index dot user now we do if and we loop through user as well for okay, so for user for j for var j equal 0 j less than user dot lang j plus plus and we this dot friend dot app dot user sorry dot app dot model user dot phrase one by id with user id should be user j function errors with user if errors if errors equal not known and user. So we attach data contact by after remote. So we should check the document in after remote with function cth. cth model instance. And next. Okay, so let's attach the data to cth.resource. Sorry, .resource. Dot index. Dot index.user and j and user. And this. So I think we do like this. Index dot friends sit dot index dot friend like that. And now we do index dot friend dot push a user. Okay, so like that. And should have function next as the below. Okay, so restart browser and okay, Mongo this. Restart the API server again. Now let's make another request. Friendship is not defined. Okay, friendship. Okay, friendship. User, it should be resource. Docine. Restart again server and we have a okay friend. ID. I don't think we push next, we push next. Can okay. Remove that. We need to find a friend those app those model those files with filter should be so let's get user. Graph filter equal with a object user equal an object as well. Now we need to check in the working with data and query data. Files filter where filter should be in, probably in user in with user, and we do find filter function errors, and now we have an user update. So for now we should be console.log user and refresh browser and see. Once again we do a request friend.app a friend.app.model.user again. Okay, we have okay, have user empty. Okay, user ID and miss message. Cool, we have a user data, and now we attach to the dash if errors. Okay, it null and user objects, and we attach contact.research does user dot contact dot index index dot friends equal user object, and now we call function next, and now and restart API server again. One more thing. Okay, appropriate friend identifies. Do have a contact research.index.friend. If type price okay, request again. Okay, something happened. Cannot read properly of friends. Context that a user log for context cth.research. Okay, so I think we should be research cth.research should be JSON dot string and JSON dot parser. Okay, now we should be like that, research and research index friends and should be now research.index. So let's get back to friends. CTH array friends ch dot cth dot resource index core resource dot index. Okay, let's refresh. Something else. Research.index. So what's happened? And so we log console log test. Okay, research index. Cth research. Okay, refresh browser, refresh the server API. Okay, test user. So I'm trying to add a new attribute by cth.research.index. Equal new data should be life friends. Alright, and user will be cth.research Just index dot user. Okay, so let's refresh browser, refresh API server, and we see cannot set properly friends. And so friends curl user object. Okay, so we take a look again. I hope it's okay. Cannot set properly friends. So what happened? It's now console log a test cth research index. A test. Okay, it's really cool. Francis acda.results dot index. Hey, I'm sorry for the delay to this video. However, I missed a custom function, so we do have a list or the user in query for us is 5 or and I do custom research. And finally we have now I'm going to restart again. So now I'm trying to request and change the filter before, and we can see now it looks great. Okay, so and get back to front end, we do refresh. And we do have friend with an array of friends and user. I think now we can remove that and please start again. Okay. Okay. So now and friends again. Okay, friends with ID and user. Okay, so we do have something like that. Cool. So in get back to friend.html, last model of friend. So we do have more friend and user. And now we do loop through a model. Okay. Last model of friend. I think we can into this model user. An array of user be an empty array. For let's index equal 0, index equal rest dot length is plus plus. So for less z 0, z less than a rest index and z dot user dot length z plus plus. Okay. Respond. Now we get back to friend model and user equal any arrays of any. Okay, that thing should be u.friend. Friends. Okay, look fine now. So we compare if this dot friends dot eyes dot user and j let uid equal this, and if uid is not equal a user ID, and we compare that to make sure. This dot model will be push a this ID. Let me see this ID. Okay. And so we have a model, and now in friend.html it's model of model. Okay, now should be refreshed. Okay, so now we have an admin and connect with Tom. Let's refresh again. Okay, connect with Tom. And so now we have an admin, and now how we connect to admin with zone, and admin, zone and admin will be friends. So once again get back to Loopback and friend and parse of friends. So user ID now it should be admin, copy that, and the user ID for zone it should be, and replace here as well and copy that. Okay, now we push try out. Okay, so it's done, and now I am refresh again. Okay, so now we have John and Tom now are friends with admin. And once again, now I'm going to connect John with Tom. So John with Tom. Okay. So we have a two way to connect. So with us as admin now being with Tom and John. So let's view again with Tom. You can see now this is the admin user, and now I'm going to replace with Tom user, and we can see. Okay, so this Tom and this Tom now being friend with admin, and again, so admin also friend with John, and now if we replace the user ID John, you can see admin as well. Okay, so that means the user admin now still friends with John. That's a two-way relationship. It does better. And once again now, so we are viewing John friends, and we only have an admin now friend with John. And once again, I'm going to connect John and Tom. So simply we do that. A user with John ID and Tom ID. Okay, and replace Tom ID, and here is John ID as well. So and try out again. Now we do refresh again. Okay, so this ID is John ID, user John ID. So simply I can make this for easier. This.user service.file by ID a user ID and spray data user equal. So I'm going to user equal new user, and this is a current user login, current user from browser ID. We do that. G.user equal user add user model. Okay, so now we in friend component, now we can make that user. Okay, it should double brackets user dot a username. I think username for now, and with slash friends. Okay, now browser. So we do have John friends. So we have a John friend now as me and Tom. And we get back to Tom, and we are viewing Tom ID. So now we have a admin and John also friends of Tom. Yes, it's really cool. So, and there are lots of confusing about this video. However, I hope you can try to understand. In the next video, I will show how to make a permission only so the user in friendship can be add or view each other. Okay, so bye for now. Thank you for watching.